Hi, and welcome to my life in sunny Central Texas. It is Thursday, so it's brain day. Other people doing arm day, leg day, whatever in their workouts. But anyone who's had an event needs to do a brain day too. So I'll be in there playing a video game or something soon. Right now I'm out the back door, where there's just enough shade that I can help him up. Neighbor's kid tripped and fell. There are two of them, and they're little, and one of them is okay. He's getting himself up. It's a beautiful day, so being outside to play is a good thing. But folks, make sure your kids' shoes fit. They'll trip less. Now they're crawling up to play unsupervised on a trampoline. Yeah, that's a great idea. Oh well. Oh yeah, brain day. And I got up and got myself dressed and took the dog out. In the front door, I ran into some of what I'm getting right now. We're going to have 7 to 12 mile an hour winds most of the day. So I might get in there and render that tallow that I was thinking of doing in the kitchen instead of outside. Now, folks have wondered, I've mentioned about my little dog so many times. And I've had people who know me in real life actually wonder how close together the little dog is with me all the time. Well, let me tip the phone down a little bit. You have the answer. I'm sitting on the back steps. He's sitting right by me. I wonder if the grandson wants a snack after school because I see more of the wild carrots. And a plant I need to get identified. I think we're going to go in because neighbor's rooster is just screaming its fool head off. What's up, puppy dog? Yeah, they're little. They're cute kids. But I think if I'm not sitting out here, their own mother will eventually get outside and keep an eye on them. Maybe I'll go out the front and put up with my hair blowing everywhere. Now I'm out the front, and the sun is on me, and it's pleasant and warm, and I can hear someone else's rooster screaming. And there's my hair going everywhere. And that's why I'm so often wearing ball caps. But it is a beautiful day. And we are just a few days shy of my birthday. I will be 58 years old, at which point there will be less time between my birthday and turning 60 than there already is less time between now and turning 60 than there is behind me of of the carnivore diet. And for some people, that's just an unbearable thought. Oh my goodness, you eat meat? Yeah, I do. And it's after 11. So it won't be long before I do it again. Now, typically, I look at making something to eat at about noon. But today, Loki is in the office. He takes a lunch with him. And when he does, he takes a carnivore lunch. With maybe a little Atkins brand chocolate snack. Because that was the Valentine candy I bought. He just cannot give up sugar. So I try giving him the stuff that doesn't have real sugar. And he'll go through that. And he'll still make a sweet cocktail in the evening. What, puppy dog? Oh, excuse me. He's checking out the flower pots and things that I need to use. I need to divide up those rhizomes. I actually need to also be checking the long-term forecast, because the last 2 years in a row, usually right before Valentine's Day, but mid to late February, sometimes even mid to late March, would be when we would have winter weather, ice storms, things like that. I think I've mentioned before, Texans don't do well on ice. I like Texas. I'm so glad to be here. But I've seen what happens. Directly overhead. But humming along wonderfully. Oh well. Single engine, I believe. It's off over there somewhere already. And it's warm enough out the front that I think the little dog wants me to sit in the shade at the top of the steps. But I think I will go down and put my feet on the ground. At this point, I do not currently have a grounding mat in the house of any kind. I will come over here and knock the seeds off a dandelion. There we go. And there's another one and some more carrots and some more dandelion blossoms. The henbit is looking lovely because it's little purple flowers everywhere. The one I need to ID is this one. And it also has a kind of squarish stem. Dyson? No, get back over here, buddy. Come on. Get over here closer. There's a good boy. You do whatever you need to do over here. Yeah. Now, so if you're not sure if something's got a square stem, roll it between your fingers and see if it makes these. And you'll feel the edges for one thing. But this, if I turn it 2 little bits, it's facing 180 from the other side. Because it goes all the way around with these 4 little quarter turns. And that's just where the stem clicks into place, sort of, between my fingers. We've got packages coming, so I gotta get him back in. Come on, Dogginson. In the house. In the house, buddy. It's a FedEx truck. But I'll be watching for Amazon. I got one shoe off while I was standing down there because I'm in rubber soles. Oh, now I gotta wait for my vision to adjust again. It's so bright out that when I come in, I'm blind. Move, kitty. That's my seat. I can find my way this far. I did measurements today, so I know that my size is continuing to go down. Ooh. Yeah, puppy. Another inch off the waist and 2 off the hips. It doesn't do much for this. But my arms and legs are looking pretty good. And I'm in some pants I don't usually get to wear. Okay. Knee thingy is off. The little strap that prevents the kneecap from moving around too much. And as much as I like it, it can be annoying to wear because it's kind of like wetsuit material and it lays right down flat on your skin. What you want, puppy? I'm on the couch, looking like a little vulture. Think Odie from the Garfield comic strip. He gets on the arm of the couch. I don't put it on the table. And I've got water with unflavored element electrolyte mix in it. Tastes a little bit salty, but that's okay. But it's brain day. So here I am talking to people. If you know someone who has an event, talk to them. Give them time to answer. Help them use their brain by making them use their brain. What else can I think of? Yeah, leaving someone alone to do all the dishes all the time for every meal, that's not helping them. There is a word for it, but I'm nice enough not to say it. I'm getting messages from Loki. So I've got to go check that in a minute. But in the meantime, keep a few things in mind. If you seem to be stalled, check your measurements. Or check a pair of pants that's usually really too tight. Or check if you're firmer on your arms. I have gained an inch on my arms, but we've been swinging swords and bow staves at class when I'm not so dizzy that I have to go sit down. That's a lot of dizzy. So I do seem to have a little better muscle tone in my upper arm, which is too bad because I don't really have anything I'm swinging with my left arm, just the right. I'm right-handed. As I said, measurements are down on my waist and hips. These are things you can do that are easy to keep track of. Now, anyone who has the use of both hands should be able to take their measurement at chest level, waist, hips, mid-thigh, and middle of the upper arm. And you want to do your waist, hips, and mid-thigh while standing and nothing under the measuring tape if possible. And you want to use a nice flexible tailor's tape for this, not the little retractable mechanical tape. And you can get them cheaply. They can be very cheap. But to do your arm, you would just lay it across the middle of your upper arm and bring the length of it around to where it meets the metal tab. And then you let go. Well, actually, I should probably just go ahead and show how to do that. I stood up to get the measuring tape and somebody raced me down the hallway. But here I've got this on my arm. I'm just bringing it up. Put your thumbnail on it. I'm at 14.5 inches. And you want to be standing because that engages different muscles. Or, you're not going to get a good measure on your hips while you're sitting down. But when I talk about my measurements being down, that's what I mean. Major body measurements that affect clothing sizes. Because if a shirt won't allow this to go through it, then I don't need that shirt. The same thing goes for you don't wear pants that you can't pull up over your thighs and hips. And you usually don't pick weeds without having some idea what they are. Or if you're going to take the one you've plucked and use it for identification. It seems very close to the camera, but I'm not really getting a very clear image of it, and I want to image search. It's not particularly ugly, but it's in a lot of places in my yard, and I think it's going to bloom. Well, not this little bit, but I think others of it will bloom soon. That square stem is one of the things that it could be in a more primitive plant family. It might not bloom at all. It might be something that spreads to the roots, as mint does. Hi, buddy. I try to show people how beautiful you are, and you move your head. You're a nice little dog, but how can I show you to the internet when you're being so difficult? And it is now noon. If Lucky was home, I'd be making something while he finishes up a meeting or puts out a disaster or whatever he's doing today. And he's always busy when he's working. When he's working from home, he's busier. Although I've been telling him. Now, I tolerated the work from home order pretty well at first. But after a while, I had to remind them if they didn't want me in their meetings, they shouldn't be having their meetings in my bedroom. Not unless I'm free to go down to their buildings and take a nap, or do a craft, or just sit around in their empty meeting rooms. And there's probably still a lot of people feeling that way. Now, sales of green fabric went up after all these folks got told they had to work from home because they would put it up as a green screen behind them. Funnily enough, we already had it up. But as long as it was green back there, and other people did the same thing, You can put a picture of anything you can imagine, a beach, a mountain scene, whatever, and log into your meeting from the Swiss Alps or something, or Cancun. Amusing enough, but I'd still rather not have their meetings in my bedroom. What you doing, Dougie? Oldest offspring got her kids out the door okay this morning. And she came back for a while, and then she got herself out the door to go meet her squeeze at the gym. Like I said, for me, it's brain day. I've already done a big handful of puzzle pieces on my eliminator puzzle. And the cat is sitting by my computer. So it's time to do that. But, I've also talked to everyone about measurements. Now, this doesn't matter so much. If I was a guy measuring for a shirt collar, I'd be measuring down here where I have the scar from my thyroid surgery. I said subtotal. Magical word, subtotal. They're not taking all of it. They didn't get all of it, so I'm not on lifelong prescription. I think they did subtotal on my tonsils too. Or else I have a little bit of growth back. I'm not sure. It's possible, I suppose. Because if they left just a little bit, then those cells, when they divide, would be regrowing all this time. And that's been a long time. My tonsils came out when I was 17. I don't know how far along they would have gotten, but I think they had an old MASH episode about that. Or maybe it was some other medical show. But it happens to people. Now, since they came out before I turned 18 and my stem cells switched to the adult program, I could have had a good start going. I don't know. Just crazy things happen. Now I've been out the back door because I took a little trash out and put it in the bin. And then got my phone and sat down in the shade where I could see my phone screen. My hair went a little bit of everywhere. And then I went out the front again. I was really whipping around earlier. Need to brush my hair again. Already. The little dog is going to be concerned if I don't eat within the next 2 hours because typically I would cook. I'd make Loki's plate and take it to him. Then I'd make my plate. And by that point it might be 1 or 1:30 p.m. I might finish up by 2. That's okay. On days when I finish eating my first meal after 2, I'm less likely to eat a second meal. That's something you will hear a lot of people who are in the carnivore community at large talk about. OMAD or TUMAD. 1 meal a day. Or 2 meals a day. I eat when I'm hungry. But I don't just eat to be eating. There are better things to do with my time. Especially on beautiful sunny days. I did not get the teenage boy to move my rocking chair from the red truck that he has a key to because I gave him my key to my vehicle yesterday. Maybe he'll do that today. They like getting into my vehicle. Excuse me. That's where my small bills are. So if he wants a 5 for something, he needs an excuse to be getting into my vehicle. But I gave him some extra cash to have on him when he was headed out to hang out with his friend one day. So I might let the younger one know. But it's the older one who has keys to that vehicle. Actually, I just need to get the key from him and go get it copied. And if I do that, I'll just move the rocking chair myself. And then I'll have it with me on some of these beautiful days if I decide to go to one of my favorite parks. Everyone needs to have a favorite park. And if you don't know what parks are around you, then you're not going to the park enough. There's paved paths for bicycles and walking, or jogging. I'm not quite that motivated. I think I'm going to log into a server and see if I can find anyone who wants to make a Carnivores Guild. Just a social hangout on this game. Because there's really no reason for us not to. We don't have to just hang out in the comments and commenting on each other's video feeds on YouTube. We can play games together. We don't have to live in the same neighborhood to play World of Warcraft. Not sure why I'm sleepy. I was up a little bit late, but not very. But I am kind of tired today. Last night was fun, though. It wasn't a regular workout, so that might be it. I might be feeling the lack of a regular workout. I'm not sure what that blue box is over there. Alrighty. Yes, check your measurements. And remember, you want, what was it, about a gram of protein per pound of target body weight every day. And then you want a gram to a gram and a half in your fats. So 1 to 1 to 1.5 or even 2 to 1 fat to protein. And I'm not even going to be militant about which ratio it should be. If you don't feel right, then you probably need to change it. If you have skin issues healing or joint issues, then you might need to be making sure you get enough collagen or enough fat for healing. We spend all our lives getting really horrible advice from the government. And that gets handed down to us through the doctors. You have to do this, you have to do that. Whatever. No, I don't. I don't have to. I have to keep breathing. I have to pay taxes. And I'm not earning, so it's not my income that's being taxed. Ain't life grand? Now, I cannot really think of anything else I have to say today. Don't worry, I will not neglect to eat. That's what the dog seems to be concerned about. But right now, it's brain time. So y'all be good. Do what's right for yourself. And that's not always going to make other people happy because it might make them uncomfortable. If you need to play a game online to have social interaction because nobody you live with actually talks anymore, do it. If you need to make a date to go out with a friend for lunch, do it. If you need to learn how to take your measurements, do it. Even if it's the blood pressure, blood glucose, you can even get everything you need to take your own A1C at home by ordering it online. Dr. Barry has a link. But then you've got to figure out where you're going to shove the box, because the kit will do tests 4 times. And after you've done it once, you still got the rest of it, and it has to be put away. The cat is looking at me like there's something wrong. She's still talking to her phone. I have showed off the cat before. He frequently enough tries to eat my phone or feel my fingernail or whatever he's doing on a given day. He sure likes getting his back scratched. And here comes little blonde jealous member of the family here. He's the only blonde in the house. Though Loki was when he was little. What up, puppy dog? Yep, the cat is purring. Must make sure mommy pays attention to the dog. Jealous much? Okay. These guys are dorks. I think it is time for me to think more about the other things I will be doing today. So take care of yourself, do what you need to do. Whether that's finding a pretty park you like walking, or walking around your block, or walking around a set of blocks. If that little crack noise just made it through, that was my knee and it hurt. That's why I was wearing the knee thing earlier. Ow. Yep, it is time to be done with this. And I actually need to be making more short videos, but I won't be doing the things I've mentioned in the past that would make good shorts. I don't have ingredients for clam chowder, which would give me an excuse to show what I do for a basic white sauce, which would become a creamy soup base once you pour the bottled clam juice in. You get clam juice at the store, you pop the caps, and you don't shake it, you just pour. And you try to get any grit or sand to settle at the bottom, and you leave that last 6 drops or so at the bottom of the bottle and dump that down the sink. And then you strain or even filter the juice from the clams from the store, or you open a can and strain that and let that settle while you make sure you don't have any stray bits of shells. Oh, I think I might be going to Joe's Crab Shack for my birthday, because I keep thinking about clam chowder. It is something I like. They have other things I like too, like crab legs and lobster and fish fillets. But they do cook with seed oils, so you want to be careful what you order if you like Joe's Crab Shack, because for the most part, seed oils, which are sold as vegetable oil, but no one can tell you what vegetable it comes from. And they'll say, oh, it just means vegetable matter. No, it comes from seeds. And after they're done processing it in multiple ways and stripping out the natural rancid aroma and the natural weird looking grayish color and turn it into the bright, clear, lovely stuff you see on the shelf at the store, it will make you and every member of your household sick. It's just nasty. I mean, you don't think I got this far along. And this is the improved me. You should have seen me 90 pounds ago. I think one of the reasons my waist is down is because there's less visceral fat, less fat in the organs. And if you're not sure what that is, go find Dr. Sean O'Mara. That's a Sean, Sean, not Shawn. O'Mara looks like a Irish spelling to me. O''Mara. He is on YouTube, and he has a great many scans of what your insides are not supposed to look like. And he's a big proponent of sprinting. Well, if I wasn't so dizzy all the time, I would probably be sprinting. I would like to be sprinting. I went to a summer camp once, and we were using the track one day out by the football field. I got a good compliment on my running stride. And I liked that. So that'll be the extra thing for today. Don't just do what you need to do and make Grandma proud. Compliment someone else. Yesterday I got to tell Hannah that she's looking wonderful. Hannah is much younger than me and did not get this far out of whack as I have done. But she's doing something about it. She's exercising more. And that's hard when you've got a toddler. But she is a lovely young lady. And she takes compliments well. And sometimes just going in the store, I'll see someone who's got excellent choice in clothes, who has put together some fabulous outfit that looks awesome that day, and I'll tell them they look awesome. Or that's a pretty top, or I really like your dress. Sometimes boots. Master State was wearing a really nice pair of boots. He hasn't even worn the brand off the soles yet. But he was showing them to one of the other fellas. Yeah, he was. He was showing them to Santos. And if you don't know these people, it doesn't matter that I'm saying their names. But I don't have any other things to call them. That was a fine, good-looking pair of boots. Snakeskin or very carefully sculpted. Probably snakeskin. Because you don't want to spend that much time putting the fine detail on the belly scales that come up over the instep from the toe. Oh my gosh. Leather work can be sculpted and look great, but no one's going to bother to do that much for a pair of boots. If you want a lot of fancy tooling, you get it more artistically done, not just haphazard, make it look like a snake. Now, if you want a pair of ostrich skin boots, those are pretty popular all over the place, too. But people wear boots. Texans do, anyway. I need a pair of boots. I might wind up with some this year. At the worst of my weight, my calves were... when my kids were little, I got a pair of boots. They were kind of a bit too tight on the calf. And then my kids got big, and the rest of me got bigger. Sometimes you just have to have boots made. I think I could wind up in Cavender's or another good place with boots. Actually try on ready-made boots. Of course, then I wouldn't have quite as good a fit as having them made. But yeah, get out there, do what you need to do, be who you need to be, and compliment somebody. It might make their day, it might change their day. And that's a good thing to do sometimes. All right. Make Grandma proud. Love ya.